I knew something was wrong the moment I saw the headlights behind me, but by the time I realized the truth, it was almost too late. I was 16 when I got my first job at a pizza place. After 6 months of saving, I finally bought a cheap car. I hated relying on others for rides, and more importantly, I wanted to do deliveries instead of being stuck inside the shop. It was a regular weeknight, nothing out of the ordinary. I started my shift at 5 p.m. and was scheduled until 10:30. The evening started off busy, but by 8 p.m. the rush had died down. At 9 o'clock, an online order came in. 2 medium pizzas, nothing special. I grabbed the order, hopped in my car, and started driving. The roads were quiet, barely any cars in sight. But about 5 minutes from the neighborhood, a car pulled out from a side street and settled right behind me. The roads were empty. They could have easily passed me, but they didn't. Instead, they stuck close, mirroring my every turn. At first, I didn't think much of it. Maybe it was just a coincidence. But when I turned into the neighborhood, I checked my rearview mirror, and sure enough, their headlights appeared behind me moments later. My stomach tightened. The odds of them heading to the exact same neighborhood? Slim. The street was lined with trees, the houses scattered, some close to the road, others hidden down long driveways. The deeper I drove, the heavier the unease settled in my chest. Finally, I spotted the address on a mailbox and turned into the driveway. Checking my mirrors again, I exhaled in relief as the car continued past, disappearing down the road. I pulled up to the house and grabbed the pizzas. The porch light was on, but the windows were dark. I knocked. No answer. I knocked again, waiting, shifting on my feet. 30 seconds later, a dim light flickered on inside. The door opened, revealing a tired-looking woman in her early 30s, dressed in a nightgown. She squinted at me, confused. "I didn't order any pizza," she muttered, clearly annoyed. I double-checked the address. It matched. "Are you sure? This is the address on the order." She sighed, rubbing her eyes. "Must be a mistake." I apologized, feeling embarrassed. As I turned to leave, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. My mind raced through possibilities, but before I could process it, an icy chill rushed through my body. A car was parked directly behind mine, the same one from before. Its headlights were off, but I could see faint exhaust clouds puffing from the tailpipe. The engine was still running. My pulse pounded in my ears. Did they live here? Or was this something else entirely? Every fiber of my being screamed that this wasn't right. I forced myself to keep walking, my breathing shallow. If they were waiting for me to react, I wasn't going to give them the satisfaction. I reached my car, tossed the pizza onto the passenger seat, and started the engine. But they didn't move. The driveway was narrow. There was no easy way around them. My only option was to back up toward the house and try to turn around. As I repositioned, I kept my eyes on them. They remained still. Then their doors opened. 4 men got out, all wearing hoodies, their faces shadowed beneath the fabric. One of them had a hand tucked inside his pocket, gripping something unseen. My breath caught in my throat. They started moving toward me. My body reacted before my brain could. I slammed the gas pedal, trying to swerve around them, but the driveway was too tight. My tires slipped into the dirt, and before I could regain control, my car lurched forward and slammed into a tree. The impact was minor, not enough to deploy the airbags, but my escape was cut off. I didn't wait. I threw open the door and ran. Footsteps pounded behind me. One of them was chasing me, his voice cutting through the night as he called to the others. My lungs burned, my heart threatening to burst from my chest. I veered into the woods, branches slashing at my arms and face. I didn't stop until I was deep enough to feel hidden, my body trembling as I fumbled for my phone. 9/11. When the police arrived, the men and both cars were gone. My own car had vanished, never to be recovered. Later, I learned that the order had been a setup. They used a random address to lure me in, knowing I'd be trapped at the end of a secluded driveway. What they planned to do to me, I'll never know. But the fact that one of them chased me makes me think they weren't planning on letting me go. That night, I got lucky, very lucky. What would you have done in this situation? Let me know in the comments.